Apoptosis is a physiological way of cell death. So in this topic, learning objective will be, we will define the apoptosis, we will summarize the mechanism of apoptosis, and we will discuss the important aspect of apoptosis in our body. So there are two ways of cell death. One is pathological and another one is physiological. So pathological way of cell death is called necrosis and physiological way of cell death is called apoptosis. So this is the physiological way. The crux here is that there is no leakage of cellular contents in case of apoptosis, while if we see in the necrosis there is leakage of the cellular contents you are seeing surrounding the cell. So these will cause inflammation, but inflammation is characteristically absent in apoptosis. So this concept we should learn. Okay. So coming to the definition of apoptosis, it is a genetically programmed cell death. There is no associated inflammatory changes as occurs in the necrosis. So if we go detailed definition of apoptosis, apoptosis is a pathway of cell death that is induced by tightly regulated suicide program in which cells destined to die activate enzymes that degrade the cell's own nuclear DNA and nuclear and cytoplasmic proteins. So ultimately it is a program which is already there in the genes, and when there is the time of cell death, this program will be activated and it will activate some enzymes which will digest our own nuclear DNA, nuclear and cytoplasmic proteins. Now coming to the morphological changes of apoptosis. So this diagram is showing electron microscopic view. If we see schematic view, there is mild convolution, means cell size will be decreasing in case of apoptosis. Chromatin will be compacted, and margination. So how margination is occurring? Let us see. Margination, you are seeing that the nuclear chromatin which is compacted is present beside the nuclear membrane, and that is called margination. After that, nuclear envelope will break up and nuclear fragments will be formed, and these fragments will go to different part of the cell. Also there will be blebbing means protrusion from the cell membrane. So those blobs will be formed, and the organelles which are there in the cells some organelles will go into some portion of the cell, and ultimately that will be chopped off from the cell, and that chopped off cell part is called apoptotic body. And this apoptotic body will invite the macrophages or phagocytic cells which will engulf and digest those content, cellular content or apoptotic bodies. And this is the beauty of apoptosis, that there is no leakage in this process. There is no leakage of cellular content and there is no inflammation. Now coming to there are signals for the cell death. So signals may be physiological, may be pathological. Okay, and cell is lying between two events. One is producing or inducing apoptosis. So pro-apoptotic protein will cause apoptosis or cell death, and there are some cells in the some proteins in the cells anti-apoptotic proteins that will inhibit apoptosis. So there is tug of war going between these proteins, and if someone suppose pre-apoptotic or pro-apoptotic proteins are dominating, then cell will go to apoptosis. And now coming to molecular mechanism, basically this is a busy slide. If we focus here, there are two pathways of apoptosis. One is intrinsic pathway and another one is extrinsic pathway. Okay, so intrinsic pathway, extrinsic pathway. Intrinsic pathway is simple, that if there is withdrawal of growth factors or hormones, so there are some growth factors for the cells, and if they are withdrawn, then apoptotic pathway will be activated. Or another mechanism, extrinsic, in which some ligands which are called death ligands like tumor necrosis factor FAS will come and bind with the respective receptors and will activate the apoptotic pathway. Okay, and in pathway what you will see, there are caspases. Caspases are nothing but enzymes, and these enzymes will digest the nuclear protein, cytoskeletal proteins and cellular proteins, and after digestion there will be formation of apoptotic bodies that will be phagocytosed by phagocytic cells like macrophages. Okay, so we will discuss again the intrinsic pathway in detail. So let us take intrinsic pathway. In viable cell there are growth factors. Okay, those growth factors will promote growth of the cell, and these growth factors, when bind with the respective receptor, will produce anti-apoptotic proteins. And best example is BCL2. There are many, but BCL2 is most common, and this is present over the membrane of mitochondria. And job of this BCL2 protein is that it inhibits the release of cytochrome C from the mitochondrial outer membrane. Okay, so here we will we are learning a new concept also, that till now we were knowing that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but now we learned the concept that mitochondria is also involved in the intrinsic pathway of the apoptosis. Okay, so now the situation of apoptosis, if there is lack of survival signal, suppose growth factor is not there, lack of signals will activate some sensors. Those are BH3 only proteins, and these BH3 only proteins will antagonize our anti-apoptotic protein, and good example of that is BCL2. So BCL2 will be antagonized. And what was the job of BCL2? BCL2 was preventing the leakage of cytochrome C. Now cytochrome C will leak from back channel. Okay, and that leakage of cytochrome C will initiate caspases activation. So caspases will be activated, and that will lead to apoptosis. So the same thing, that when cytochrome C is being leaked from outer membrane of the mitochondria, what it is causing? It is activating caspase initiator caspase, that is caspase 9. Pro-caspase 9 will be converted into active caspase 9. Okay, and one more protein, APAF, APAF1, will also support cytochrome C in activation of pro-caspase 9. Okay, not only just cytochrome C, there are other pro-apoptotic proteins apoptotic inducing factor AIF is also released from mitochondria. And what is the job of this apoptotic inducing factor? Is it will bind to inhibitor of apoptosis. So once inhibitors of apoptosis are neutralized by AIF, they will not be able to inhibit the activation of caspases. Okay, so this is another pathway. So in body there is also alternate pathways are there, not just body is not relying only on the one pathway. This is the message here. So now coming to extrinsic pathway. Extrinsic pathway, we learned that there is some extrinsic factors like tumor necrosis factor, Fas ligand. Those will bind with the respective receptor, like TNF will bind with the tumor necrosis factor receptor 1, and Fas ligand will bind with the Fas. Now this receptor has intracytoplasmic domain, extracytoplasmic domain, intracytoplasmic and membranous domain. So this intracytoplasmic domain is associated with that domain is also called death domain, and that is associated with adapter proteins, okay, FAD and TRAD. And these adapter protein will activate another initiator caspase 8. So we learned that in intrinsic pathway, initiator caspase was activated by cytochrome C, and that was caspase 9. And in this case, initiator caspase is caspase 8, and there is no role of that mitochondria in activating caspase 8, and this caspase 8 will directly activate executioner caspase, effector caspase or executioner caspase. And as you are seeing in this diagram, mitochondria has been also shown. So there is this intrinsic and extrinsic are not occurring separately, they are occurring simultaneously. So because of that it is shown. Now the caspases will activate, caspases will digest cellular protein and nuclear protein, and that will lead to formation of apoptotic bodies, and then phagocytosis of apoptotic body and cell death, and there is no inflammation. Now we learned about the apoptosis, definition of apoptosis, mechanism of apoptosis. Now we'll learn the role of apoptosis in embryogenesis, importance in embryogenesis. So as you are seeing in this diagram, that morphogenesis, because the embryogenesis occurs from zygote to morula, blastula, gastrula state. So for refining or for eliminating excess cells, body will need apoptosis mechanism. Okay, suppose muscles are innervated by neurons. We know this concept already, but some neurons are not able to reach up to the muscle, so those neurons are not functioning in a way, so they should be removed. So this, how they will be removed? They will be removed by apoptosis. In immunity, the immunity is or we can say that once the T cells are formed in the bone marrow, they will go to thymus, and in thymus there is repertoire of all antigens or self antigens present in the thymus. Okay, so what our T cell will learn, they will learn the tolerance of not recognizing or not harming our own body cells. Okay, so suppose some T cells which are harming our own body cells should be removed. Okay, so those will be removed from the pool of T cells in the thymus. So that process will be done by apoptosis. Okay, organ size limitation. So for limitation of organ size and eliminating excess cells, apoptosis mechanism is used. Now role of apoptosis in adults. Till now we learned about role of apoptosis in embryogenesis. Now in adults. So tissue remodeling. So suppose virgin mammary gland and which is needed for the mother feeding to the baby. Okay, once pregnancy and lactation is occurring, there will be increase in the amount of glandular tissue. But once the lactation period is over, then that increased amount should be apoptosed, or apoptosis will help in regaining the normal size. Okay, so in non-pregnant and non-lactating state, there will be involution from the pregnant and lactating state. Likewise, in case of males, if testosterone is not there, the prostate gland size will decrease. Okay, and the organ size maintenance, apoptosis will decrease the cell or dead, will remove the dead cell, and that will be replaced by cell division or new cell cycle. So we can compare it with autumn and spring. In autumn we see the falling of leaves, and in spring what happens, new leaves are coming. So there is maintenance of the organ size and function by this mechanism. Thank you for your patient hearing.